Okay. I think we're back. And Chris, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
And we can hear you. And I think we're good to go. I don't know if anybody is even here anymore.
Let's find out.
Let's see here. This is what live shows are all about. Let's see here. This is... Alright, well, I can't... Where the... I can't find the comment window. Man, this is, comments and reactions. Where are you? The comments and reactions window.
I found it.
You found it? How'd you find it?
I clicked on the right side of my screen.
Are there comments happening right now?
I don't know if these are new ones, but Emily said I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry.
That is a new one. It's okay, Emily. We appreciate you and your quest for excellence in the broadcast.
This is,
I'm pulling them up right here. Giving us another viewer. I think.
She says, I can't see you.
Can't see who?
Probably
I don't know.
Because he's lurking somewhat off side screen.
Alright. This is,
Well, let's let her rip.
Well, I don't know what's going on, though.
Well, what's going on is we have the beautiful Chris Benson right in front of us, and there are people here. I mean, just look at his angelic visage right now.
Alright, this is going very poorly. Okay.
Which app is this down here?
What's this?
There you go.
Okay.
He had it pushed to the side of the screen, everybody.
I think we got it. I think we're set up. I think we can finally do this show. Oh, God.
I think you got to play the intro again.
You think we got?
I think you got to do it again.
Yeah, we're just calling it do-over, and here we go. Welcome to Demos in the Dark fucking Live.
Benson.
This is
the man worth the wait.
It's gotta get better.
It can only get better. We actually, Chris, I don't know if you've watched when we start every show this way, just to make sure the guest knows they can do no wrong, just to make you feel comfortable. And
that makes sense. I really like it.
Thank you. It was nice to meet the goats, Apples, Hills, and Barry. Why is Barry's singular? It's the only one. Yeah,
because I don't know. We just went singular with that one because this looked Perry singular.
I suppose. All right.
I don't know.
So yeah, Mason pointed out that you're fuzzy, and
yes,
and that's okay.
I prefer the term divine.
Yeah, but you know, we're doing it, and we're good, and we're ready.
I feel great.
I'm glad I'm glad one of us does. I'm glad one of us.
If you get the cheapest HD webcam off of Amazon.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not. This is Yeah, I don't know what HD stands for in this case, but
it
this is
what
what
puts
you get.
Your aura in
high density.
Yeah.
High density camera.
High density. Yeah.
So, Chris, what do you do again? You make amps, right?
Yeah, I amps and effects pedals.
That's right. That's right. And for those, everybody who knows who Chris Benson is.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Like, nobody was like, I'm just gonna click on that one with that bearded guy with the cigar.
Yeah. I mean, it was a nice looking cigar. He looked very inviting in the picture.
One of the funnier comments, and I feel like, I think it was Andy Martin. He was like, I think he said, what's his face? Mike. He goes, Mike Matthews has never looked so good. At the picture of the cigar, which was funny. Funny to me. And Andy, it's a YouTube guy.
I chuckled. I definitely chuckled.
So I currently operate 4 of your amplifiers. I realized that today. 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have 4 Fenders.
Great. So
if I get one more Benson amp, then it will be the dominant amplifier brand in my...
Well, let's get it going. Let's do it now. Chris, this is a gotcha show. Why doesn't Ryan have 5 amplifiers?
I don't... Do you have any left that
do we even make 5?
Yeah, do you have any left that I don't have?
Do you have any extra Gnostic chassis?
I have one for a rainy day.
You do?
When I get really hard up.
So what's a Gnostic?
Talk to me.
What's a Gnostic?
I want it. I crashed my car and I had to sell mine, and it is one of the biggest regrets of my life. It's his 200 watt all-tube bass amp. It's incredible.
Oh well, you had that bass amp there that I tried when I was out in Portland. And I thought was very good.
Was that the hybrid one?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was a Gnostic that you tried.
No.
That was just.
It's the one that you're doing for that guy.
Oh, the one that's not released yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that
spill the beans?
Is that going to be on a release? Or I thought you just made a custom one for a dude.
Oh no, it's we're gonna release it. So what that was the B700, and it's 700 watt hybrid, and it's got a tube preamp, a Sour Sound DI transformer, so you can just run a DI and use it for recording, silent recording, whatever, and then 700 watt Class D, amplifier. So I'm really excited about it.
That's very cool.
So am I mean, I don't even know if you've thought this far ahead. Is the next Benson amp a bass amp? Like, is that the next release?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, if we can actually get a video done, I'd like to try to release it before our next build cycle.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a bass amp, and we kind of collabed with Joe Lally from Fugazi and the Mesetics. Well, I guess Fugazi's not a thing anymore, but
they are to me.
They are to me too. I was very, very thrilled to work with them. But yeah, I just have to fly out to DC and I don't know, hang out with Ian Mackay or something.
Yeah, for some reason people always say I look like Ian.
I can see that.
That's the only.
I guess I don't know what he looks like.
You don't know Ian Mackay? Kai's never listened to Fugazi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you see him every time you listen to them. All I can assume from the fact that you look like him is he wears a hat all the time.
No, he looks. We do. William Bennett just pointed out that I have a bass. I have 2.
Yeah, one of us actually plays bass in a band, but thanks for pointing Ryan's bass out. Will, trying to get a bass amp here.
I have a bass.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You can't see it though.
Oh hey, so Chris, did you do your show with so many chords?
Yeah. Yes, this is kind of funny because Ryan's like a professional level guitar player, and I mentioned to him that I was sitting, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mentioned to him that I was sitting in with a friend's band, Blitzen Trappers, kind of this Portland band, and Ryan, knew them, and he was like, "That's a lot of chords, bro." And I was like,
I think
yeah.
I think my exact response was, "Oh, I wouldn't have taken that gig."
Nope. For one, learn all those chords for one gig? You got to be going on the road with them.
I'd like to. We'll see. I mean, they were like, yeah, we're totally gonna like just have you play all the time, and then coronavirus basically routed out the entire industry again.
Yep. So, did you hit all the chords in their correct places?
Yeah. In fact, I think I only hit one bad note all night, and it wasn't in a very noticeable section. So I think I did well.
Perfect. And so you were playing you were filling in for Red Hair Guy. So you were playing keys and guitar.
Oh.
Yep, mostly piano. Yeah, which is more piano than I've played since I was 10. So
that's fantastic. Well, I mean, that's a feat.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I were talking. You were like getting up in the morning and running the set, and then running the set over lunch, and then running the set before you went to bed, right?
I was pretty much running it at least twice a day for a while.
Pro move.
It is a pro move.
And then I showed up to the first full band rehearsal and did pretty well, and it's like I think I could take a week off, and then I came back to the next one and just botched an intro to a song. It's like, okay, I'm not going to take a week off anymore.
Oh, yeah, man. There are no gigs on the calendar. You're still running it twice a day. Yeah, that's what I would.
Gotta stay sharp. Now, what was your rig? What amp did you play through? What did you use?
This is actually kind of funny because I just played acoustic guitar.
Oh.
So I just had it plugged into something called a DI.
Direct incinerator.
Electric guitar.
Electric guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for the piano, I just ran that into a DI too.
Wow. See,
when is the Benson DI coming out?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of funny because I've been talking to Sowers about doing a really high quality, correct Motown style DI through Benson.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Tried to get
because
he
was like, bro,
get a Noble.
I don't have. What's that?
There is one other company that's doing
Noble.
that.
Noble is.
Is it Noble?
Yeah, and I can't get one.
No, they're not. They're not doing a Motown style.
Oh, okay.
They're doing like an original design. Yeah, the Motown one was literally just a transformer and then a couple switches that are like passive filters or something. So. But yeah, Sowers was like, "Hey man, I'd like to wind more transformers. You want to do a DI?" And it's like, "Yeah."
Whoever says that, Brian Sowers says that.
Yeah.
I'd like to wind more transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure when you're you're running the Blitz and Trapper set for the 50th time this week, winding transformers might sound pretty good.
You guys?
I'm not running it anymore. Show's over, so I'm not doing that again until next time.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
So you already sold one of those DIs to Will Bennett.
Yep.
Sweet.
He just claimed the first one.
Thanks, Will.
Yep. Just speak it into existence.
Perfect.
And I do, I work on the dude's sales team.
Right.
So I just sold one.
Great. I'm the only one who didn't make any money just now.
Stuart Rose wants to know if you play Rhodes. Do you have it, Chris? Do you have Rhodes?
Yeah, I think he's going to show us his Rhodes.
Here's my Rhodes.
Cool.
It's literally right next to my desk. Yes, right. I play Rhodes.
What model Rhodes is it?
I can never keep them straight. I know it's 73 keys, and it's like the suitcase one with the vibrato.
Okay.
That kind of seesaws a little bit.
MK2?
Sure. I have no idea.
I think that's an MK2.
Yeah, I think so. Sounds right.
I
know how to work on them. I just don't know the models.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, my Rhodes is in my computer, and it's called Native Instruments Rhodes. I would love a real Rhodes, but the upkeep is so expensive. So, you have the ability to fix them. So that's nice. which we should maybe go back into kind of how you got into this. So you used to tech at what's it called? I can't think of the name of the store, and it's gonna kill me.
I teched at Varellin and then Old Town Music in Portland.
Yeah, I was thinking OTM. Hank, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a pedal company while you were teching at OTM.
Oh, brother. Yes, I did.
And I got to try one of these.
I'm jealous.
I got to try one of his fuzzes when I was one of his old fuzzes when I was out there. What was the name of that? What was the name of your pedal company again?
Harbin Audio.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. Where's the demo?
Well, you'd have to be able to sell some to do a demo.
You could sell one.
I could sell one.
To Will.
Except it's the only one.
I mean, that's a lot of money right there.
Hey, Will, how much would you pay for a one-of-a-kind
Chris Benson
Benson Harman Audio fuzz pedal? You let us know. And if the answer is your Frank Brothers, it might be enough.
That will work.
Which, by the way, Frank Brothers, next week.
They're next week?
2 weeks. I don't know.
I think the end of September.
Whatever. Time is whatever it is. So you're teching, you're working on amps, and you were like, I got some ideas. Right?
It's a little out of order. I was working at Varellin in Seattle up until, 2010, 2011. And that's when I actually designed the Monarch and a bunch of other stuff. And so before I actually even left Seattle for Portland, I had someone who, time was a flat circle. That's funny. Yeah, I had kind of this guy who wanted to help me start Benson amps and, get going. It was friend of a friend type thing. So I moved to Portland, kind of already developing, the plan for Benson amps and kind of getting my ducks in a row. But then the Old Town Music gig came up, and I did that, full time for, I think, 4 years, while also doing Benson amps at least 20 hours a week and not getting paid for it. So I was a busy guy, and also playing in like 3 bands.
Yeah. And it, like, when you made the decision to just go into Benson amps full time, was it like similar to when you make the decision to quit working at the record store and just go on tour with your band full time? Is it like that kind of decision, or?
I feel like I was getting, it's sort of like if you're in a band and then all of a sudden you're playing like, I don't know, Conan, even though that's not a thing anymore. And you're like, dude, I should probably like quit my job and focus on this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like by the time I actually quit Old Town, I mean, I was going to NAMM. We were kind of rocking, and I basically quit at the very last minute. And at that point they were like, yeah, that's cool. Go do your thing. So yeah, but I had bills, so I definitely
right.
I definitely put it off to the last minute.
I think one of the things that is really fun about Benson amps is that you guys have a pretty healthy roster of celebrity players, and that's exciting. I mean, and like not. I mean, like you're doing cool stuff in Portland with Portland artists, and that's cool. But like on larger, like Nathaniel Ratcliffe and Solis, and I mean, like you're.
Well, yeah, and the initial hype, if I remember correctly, for Benson was the Shins went out all playing mystery amps.
Oh.
No one knew what they were, and that was very fun because they were the iconic little pinstripey thing. Is that right?
Oh yeah. My friend Jessica Dobson, who now leads Deep Sea Diver.
Yeah.
I go way back with her and her husband, and she was basically starting in the Shins right when I was starting my amp company. I was like, yo, we should figure something out. and so she took the very first one out on tour.
Awesome.
And so, you know, a week into having an amp company, I had amps on. I think the first one was Fallon, but they went on to do like they started like a world tour, like a year-long tour.
Yeah.
And my amp was out there every night, so
that's wild.
It definitely helped.
And that was a Monarch.
Yeah, that was a Monarch and a Tallbird reverb unit.
So it's before you had reverb. So it was a Monarch head.
It was a Monarch head and cabinet.
Okay.
And actually, I might have gotten her the Tallbird like halfway into it. Like they came through Portland, and I brought the reverb. I was like, "Try this," and I can't really remember. I should probably go look at videos.
That's a good question, Emily. I should get it on when Chris Benson, my friend, helps me hook that up.
There we go.
That's
oh yeah, I bet she would do it.
Let's call her.
Let's call her. Let's get her on right
Let's
now.
get her on.
Well, she can't be doing anything.
No.
Like shit. By the way, I have like a group of children over here just staring at me, whispering.
Come on in.
Yeah, bring them in.
Come on in.
If the energy feels weird. Okay, guys, come on in.
Let's get a look at your offspring.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hi,
it get like echoey.
Hi guys.
I'm turning the speakers on.
Oh,
okay, now they can hear you.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hi.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
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 What are your favorite guitars?
What are your favorite guitar?
That seems like a good one.
That seems like a good one.
I don't have a favorite guitar.
No?
No?
All right.
No.
If you had a guitar, what
If you
color
had a
would it
guitar,
be?
what color would it be?
Pink.
Great choice.
Great choice.
Do you guys
Do you guys play
music at all?
Do you guys play music at all?
Yeah.
I used to play the piano.
That's good.
Nice.
That's good.
You still play the piano.
And I just play music.
Just play music.
Play music.
Amelia actually sings really well. She can sing in key, which is pretty cool.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Still working on that.
Still working on that.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. me
Hey
too.
Amelia.
Hey Amelia,
How old
What?
are you, dear?
how old are you, dear?
Good.
Good. Okay.
Good.
It's a
Okay.
fine age. It's a fine
I-
age.
She's spoiled.
I haven't been the
One
good age.
quarter, Dad. 4 3/4.
Okay, 4 3/4, almost
Very
5.
nice.
Very
Happy almost
nice.
birthday.
Happy almost birthday.
Yes. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish this up. You
My birthday's in
can go
October.
go watch it with mommy inside. Sorry.
That was wonderful.
That was the for all of the are they gone? For all
They're
the
gone.
shit that we went through at the beginning of this, I think it was worth it just for that.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad we didn't, because I'm gonna be honest, I was ready to throw in the towel.
I was there.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't.
I was ready. I have a 5-year-old. Kai is a dog.
Yep. My dog is 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, in my humble opinion, and at least for my ears and for the way I play, I have never played a more perfect amp than the Monarch.
I agree.
Oh man, thank you.
It was funny when I got mine. I didn't even like it showed up at my door, and I had a gig that night, and it was a big gig actually. And I just took it out of the box and I put it in the back of my truck and I drove. And I got there and I was like, I hope this works out. And it sounded so very good. And then one of the things I really like about the Monarch is that I don't really even know where I have the tone control set because it doesn't matter. Like it
matters.
It's kind of like one of those things where it's like it sounds either bright good or dark good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like like you can take most amps and make them sound like crap. I have yet to make the Monarch sound like crap. I don't know how you did that.
When I do, it's my fault.
Well, I mean, I sound like crap.
Yeah, that's kind of where I.
The amp has no. The amps. So what is the Monarch? What is that amplifier? You have kind of this like. You have a description on your website that's kind of like, well, it's not this, it's not this, it's not this, but is it?
Reveal your secrets to us.
How did you find your way into what I assume your best-selling amp?
Yeah, I mean everything's sort of based off of it, anyways. So, I guess in a way it is. Although I think our best-selling now is Nathan Jr. Hey, sweetie.
So, I mean, that's a great amp too.
Yeah.
The Monarch was something that I kind of started working on in my tiny basement in Wallingford in Seattle with no money and just like a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I just kind of sat there, soldering stuff all night, playing a chord, really quietly so it wouldn't wake up my family, or which is, I guess, just my wife at the time. And then I would take it to like a rehearsal and, hey, try this, and yeah, it's a little dark or something, someone would say, and I'd be like, well, I don't want it to get too dark. And so I'd take it back and kind of tweak on it more, and this actually went on for a number of years. Like, it wasn't just like a week. So it was just a really long time spent kind of refining the EQ curves, where everything, where it clips, how it clips in the circuit, and then I'd pick up like an ES335, or that's not a super dark guitar, but I'd pick up like a dark Gibson or something, and be like, oh, this doesn't get bright enough, so I'd have to tweak the whole thing to make it get bright enough to play a really dark guitar into, and dark enough to play a really bright guitar into on the other side, make the whole thing sound musical, and just make it so you can literally just throw anything at it and get a musical sound. So it's just kind of this distillation of a lot of time, and then a lot of time studying and kind of tweaking. Like, used to hang out with Ben, just kind of talking about, well, maybe this designer was doing this in the circuit, and which was a total education working at Varel and Amps. And kind of seeing, what other people had done, or I'd get a repair in and be like, oh, the harmonics built. Oh my God, there's goats in here, dudes. Oh jeez. Hey buddy, let's say hi to the camera. Fiona Apples, come here. All right, don't splatter on the floor, folks. Dude, this is gross. There's like a Neumann U67 here, and goats. Those are the two things I have.
Do you ever feel good being do you ever feel a sense of accomplishment being the first person to have a Neumann and a goat in the same room? Like in the history?
Oh my God. Dude, they're just gonna crap. Let me kick the goats out really quick.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right,
that's
so
fair.
We're taking a.
We did have a question.
Yeah,
I'm curious about, for you, American or British on the Benson?
It's well, it has a switch.
Right, but which do you use?
So it depends on the band. I typically run American, but then I've done some sleep study gigs with it in British.
Yeah. And
because I think in the British mode, it does tend to sit in the mix a little bit better. It cuts out some of those lows and stuff like that. But
no, don't open it. Don't open it. Don't let the goats in.
The door was closed.
Okay, close it. Go close it.
I don't understand.
This is my life.
Yeah, it's great.
I like your life. You got Neumanns, you got goats.
Got Neumanns,
and
goats.
a list.
Oh my God.
I typically run American, and then if I'm using my Benson 212 cab, I will switch to the British. It's very good.
Yeah. So it took you years to perfect what is now the Monarch. And it took you 45 minutes to make the Benson pre-pedal.
that is true. Because it's basically that circuit. I just did it with FETs, and it sounded fine the first time I put it on.
Perfect.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite things.
Yep.
Like it is one of those. Hey, there's Hondo Felder. It is one of those pedals that, I mean, just sells so well because it sounds good, and
well, it changed my life for like using backlines and things too, because I can make any amp sound like I can leave it on and it can have pretty damn close to the Monarch sound.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, I actually just sold 2 of that bass amp that you're gonna release here.
I'd like to bring up that I'm the one who brought up Benson bass amps, so I don't think you can take all the credit.
So we just sold two to Hondo Felder.
Yep.
Yes, Hondo. There is the next release from Mr. Christopher Benson will be a bass amp.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it
earlier.
And I'm excited about it, even though I don't play bass well.
Your demos all sound good.
Yeah, there's lots of editing that happens in that, my friend.
I won't tell.
And then so we follow up the Benson preamp with the Benson Fuzz, which blew a lot of people's minds with the temperature control on that and stuff like that. Initially, can I tell the Jay Leonard J story? Is that okay?
I don't know what story that is, but go ahead.
All right. So initially the Benson Fuzz was only in one color. There was just the black.
Oh yeah.
And he sent out a bunch of them to content creators, and I got one, and it was great. And Jay Leonard J got one, and he took it to an outdoor gig, and it was in the middle of summer, and the sun was beating down on this temperature-controlled fuzz, and apparently that was enough. It was enough heat to skew it a little bit.
Okay.
So Jay comes back and tells Chris that he was playing a show in direct sunlight, and when I heard about it, I was like, well, I mean, depending on how hot it was, a fucking DL4 will fry out in direct sunlight. But Chris took it pretty seriously, or very seriously, and that was where the solar white Benson Fuzz came in. And so
very smart.
Studio black is when you're doing indoor stuff. Solar white is when you are doing a Jay Leonard J outdoor gig.
And you should have 2.
I don't have 2.
I don't have any.
Okay.
That's a me problem, though.
And do we want to talk about, do we want to even hint on something else being on the horizon? Or I think we can just say that something else is on the horizon as well, right?
Yeah, we're going to be dropping something, I think on the 29th or 30th. Just a new pedal.
Yep.
Yeah. It'll be pretty neat. You should stay tuned.
It's a delay with an ice cube in it. Very exciting.
Dude. By the way, we're just continuing Solar White, so
no more gigs for Jay.
We're gonna get a textured white because that stuff is really hard to powder coat.
Ooh.
We get so many blems, so we're gonna go to a textured white. So hot tip for any of you collectors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I should get a solar white.
You should.
I'm not a collector though. All right, so we got about 15 minutes left, and usually what I like to do with the last 15 minutes, even though we lost 10 at the beginning,
but time's a flat circle.
Time's a flat circle. Thank you, Emily. But I do want to, if you guys have any questions for Chris, appropriate or not, we will take them now. and otherwise, we'll just keep going here until we get those questions. Chris, so I've been to your shop and I've seen all of your amps and stuff like that, and all of your, not all of them, but I've seen a lot of the amps that you have in the shop and the amps that you own. Do you have a, I'm gonna say, unmodded amplifier, existing amplifier that you really like connect with, that you really like, that you would go, this is my what's your go-to amplifier for guitar?
If I'm I do play my own stuff.
Yeah.
I think the Nathan Jr. is probably it for recording.
Mm-hmm.
And then or the Vincent. If I'm doing heavier stuff, I'll play Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's it's got a pretty killer gain channel.
It does.
But then if for most gigs I'll just take a Monarch out, and that'll be just need a little bit more juice, and yeah.
And then actually that kind of brings me to a different question, but it kind of stepping back a little bit into the kind of the origin story. Like, why did you even make that first amp? Were you just like, was it for yourself? Were you just like, I need something to do with my nights? Was it like, what made you be like, the world needs another, I need an amplifier?
Let's see. To go way back, I think I played out of a tube amp I was a bass player, primarily. And I went into a rehearsal space where a band was practicing, and I plugged into a Bassman 50 that I later ended up modding, years later. But, silver panel, Bassman, plugged a bass in, plucked a couple notes. I was like, oh my God, this is like playing in like 4 dimensions, as opposed to, my old Ampeg solid state amps. I was like, I really need, this is an instrument. This isn't just like an amplifier. So I really I need a tube amp. And, like I said, I didn't have a whole lot of money because I was like a carpenter and a musician.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided that I would try to figure out how to make amps.
Yeah.
So fast forward about a year, I had gotten all the resources together, got like a cheap soldering iron, built an amp. It was like a 5F6A Bassman that the internet convinced me that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no, dude, you want the 5F6A? The tweed ones are better. And I plugged in, I brought it to life, and it's like, spent about 10 minutes playing it. It's like, okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get it to sound different? And
sure.
it kind of activated this tweaky mentality that I just wanted to tweak the sound and figure out why it sounded the way it did and how I could get it to sound more how I wanted, or do more things, or
So you're building yourself an amp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Well, we had some great questions come in. I really like this one.
Yeah.
What is the most underrated PV? Classic 30? Chris, what's the most underrated?
I'm going to go with the Mace, the PV Mace.
Yeah? I don't know if I'm familiar with
I'm definitely not.
I think it was a late 70s, early 80s. PV is 150 watts.
Jeez.
And it's a tube amp.
Mm-hmm.
It might have some solid state stuff in the preamp. I honestly haven't taken mine apart to really check it out, but it has the most insane sounding phaser in it. Just like a straight up amazing sounding phaser.
Huh.
Sounds very sophisticated, but you turn the phaser off, it's got killer spring reverb, and like I said, it's 150 watts, loud,
How much does it weigh?
It's not too bad.
Really? It's not Do you have it on cast?
It's like a little bit more than like a showman head or something like that.
Right on. All right.
But yeah, that's my favorite. That's the most underrated because it's got the best phaser I think I've ever heard.
Beautiful. Next question. Yep. What are your guys' favorite way huge pedals?
I actually have an answer for this.
Yeah?
Yeah. On bass, the Swollen Pickle.
I was gonna say Swollen Pickle.
Yeah. Yeah. I had it on my bass board when I was playing a lot of bass. You can get a massive, like, almost sub-octave.
They're saying the sound is off, guys?
Oh.
I heard you. Can you hear us?
I hear you.
I hear you too. Who said the sound
All
was
right.
off?
It was Lance Cox.
There we go.
Sound is still much better. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
All right.
As long as it's not muted.
The question, and I'll put it up again. What are your guys' favorite way huge pedals?
Swollen Pickle.
Where is Swollen Pickle over here? What do you think, Chris Benson?
I really like their analog delay. That's one of the best sounding analog delays I've ever heard. I think it's really, really good. I haven't played a Swollen Pickle.
Okay.
As from one bass guy to another, you got to try it out. It's awesome.
Isn't it kind of a Big Muff type of thing?
Yeah.
It is, but it's got, you can tweak it for like bass fuzz perfection. It's wonderful.
It's like a pervy Big Muff.
Yeah.
If that's possible.
A pervier.
Yeah.
Pervier Big Muffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, you handsome fool?
I have no idea who you're talking to.
This is up. This is what's up.
Yeah.
Emily, how many Wolfie grills are there out there?
There's less than 10, for sure.
Yeah.
I would guess around 7 or 8.
I have a follow-up question.
Do you still have your custom?
You bet I do. How many Wolf preamps are out there?
There's only one, and I had that specially painted for Kai.
Do you remember why?
No.
I got you. So Chris and I were roommates at Summer NAMM the year the preamp pedal came out, and you had one left. And you were like, you should take it. And I was like, oh, that's very nice of you. We've just met. And you're like, yeah, I mean, unless we run into someone ridiculously cool, you can take it. So I'm walking around. It's the last day of Summer NAMM. I have this preamp pedal in my backpack. I turn the corner, and Chris is talking to Joey Landreth, who is dressed exactly like me, which is very fun. And Chris just turns to me like, and I gave my first run preamp pedal to Joey Landreth, and it paid dividends because you said, what colors would you like? And I said, well, let's do purple and gold. And you did not tell me there was going to be a wolf on it. And I lost my mind.
I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Landreth has the most perfectly manicured beard, like
He's-
just groomed beard.
He's a very attractive
He's
fella.
a good looking dude.
Yeah.
Will,
Joey, if you're watching.
He's not.
I know, but if he is.
Will wants to know if there's any desire to make an analog delay.
With an ice cube.
Well, I have an analog delay, and it'll come out at some point. I designed it, I think the same week that I designed the Germanium Fuzz, sitting in that same trailer, because I was just trying to think about anything but, coronavirus and everything getting canceled.
That checks out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have it. It sounds real good. Right now we're kind of messing around with how to manufacture it and stuff, so.
Cool. Yeah. So
yeah.
hopefully
hopefully in the next year or so.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Desire and production are two very different things. Who's your favorite boutique builder? It doesn't say builder of what, but who's another? What's another? It's let's ask that question a different way.
Favorite interior designer.
Let's ask the question this way. So you didn't make it on the Benson drop. and now you gotta wait until the next one.
Yeah.
But you're incredible. You're incredibly like you need a new amp. If you can't get a Benson,
have so much money.
If you can't get a Benson, where do you go?
I go to my room and cry. That's my answer.
It depends. If someone wants to do the rock and roll, turned up all the way tube amp, I usually tell them to go to Satellite.
Mm-hmm.
And then if someone's looking for like a Fender thing, I usually tell them to go to Milkman. There are so many builders out there that are doing amazing things. I played a Silk Tone a couple days ago that sounded really, really cool.
Right up there.
Yeah,
I would recommend a Silk Tone.
Yeah, that's man. Charles, if Charles is watching this, Charles is pooping his pants. So
Charles, let us know in the comments.
Let us know
if you pooped your pants.
Tyler,
and if you didn't today, when was the last time?
I'm gonna answer this question. Tyler Hall wants to know if pedal manufacturing is coming back to Benson in Portland. It already has, Tyler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's where the That's where the pedals are made.
Well, that's where the germanium fuzz.
That's where the fuzzes are made. And this next one, correct?
Like half of it. Like the thing is, we couldn't even like keep up with the germanium fuzz.
Yeah.
So we're now just trying to focus on keeping up with that one pedal, and so but we also wanted to drop more stuff because we have them. I hope someone gives that guy a Sandy wipe. Okay. So we did some contract manufacturing on the Boost, but hopefully we'll bring it all in house someday. That would be really cool.
Yeah. All right. So 6v6 or EL84, and how's it going getting supplies with the current supply chain challenges? Boy, speakers are a problem.
Oh.
Transformers are a problem.
Yeah. They all had to be thrown overboard into the Suez Canal to free the boat.
Is that true?
Maybe. I don't know what was in the containers.
Oh, Sandy Wipe. Sandy Wipe was in reference to the pooping in the pants. Got it.
You got to take care of yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Personal hygiene is important.
Very
Gotta
important.
be clean.
Yeah, like supply chain issue is sort of like this weird. It's this weird thing where like you'd think that we just run out of transformers and speakers, and that's what we planned for. And then we try to order some knobs, and they're like, "There's no knobs," or like jewel lights, like just the weirdest things that you can't even predict. So we're just taking it one day at a time over here.
And that's I have this Heritage guitar, and I love everything about it, but the knobs were not my favorite thing in the world. And I went to go just order some top hat knobs.
Nope.
So,
most, like, all parts, and I think StewMac are also just, like, straight up out of most luthier tools, even. Very strange.
Now I wonder what is the hardest to find with the supply chain. But I think the supply chain issue isn't all bad because you found a really good solution for your Transformers. Like, you got Brian Sowers now doing Transformers, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, stoked to have Brian do it. They sound amazing.
Yep. I got one in that that Vincent, and
that's a good looking amp.
I like it a lot. So this is an interesting question. When I buy one of your amps, can I send you fabric for the cabinet?
Sorry, I've got another child here.
Okay.
We will sometimes take fabric but we have power of veto.
Mm-hmm.
Like some things are just too hard to wrap in, or they're not going to take the finish well, and we just won't do that. Or they'll just look really ugly. Like one time we wrapped an amp where someone sent us this gray fabric for the outside and pink fabric for the faceplate, and we got it together and it just looked like a slab of whale blubber sitting on a cabinet. And at that point we're just like, we're we just kind of have to be pickier about this stuff. So
yeah,
within reason, if it's something we think is cool.
If I tessellate your face onto a fabric, can we do that?
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, good to know.
You want a Chris Benson?
I want a Benson.
A Benson.
And then run my Benson pedals into my Benson.
Wow.
Playing George Benson.
Jeez.
Whoa. Dang.
All right. I think that was a good place to end.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, yep.
Chris, I thank you for sticking with us through the technical problems at the beginning.
Yep.
I thank you for your time. I know you are a busy dude with livestock and children and whale blubber Tolex. Yeah, it sounds delicious.
It was horrible.
Yeah, no, I'm really grateful that you could be here.
Yeah.
And I know you hate doing these as well, so that makes it even better. And so thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for your time here, man. I appreciate it.
Man, thanks so much for having me. Yeah. Sorry about the the weird camera. But hopefully that just kind of lent to the vibe a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
The air of mystery is going strong.
Even people who aren't stoned are stoned right now. Looking at this. So this is what it's like to see through the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Wow. So,
oh my god.
Sorry.
Chris, you're the best.
You're the best. Thank you so much. Tell your
Love you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
love you, buddy.
That was quick. Once the kid came in, he was like, I'm out of here.
I thought that was you. I was like, wow, you shut him down.
Yeah. Well,
truly one of the nicest men
one of the nicest men, and that was one of the more stressful starts that we've had.
Though.
We did do it, and I think it was like having all of that kind of like frustration and angst built up made it even better.
I think so too, especially when you had like him looking like a literal angel just there with you the whole time.
Oh, Lance, I don't even know what that means, but I love it.
On the lens, they used to do that in old shows to give it a dreamlike effect. Yep. Smear it on your nice camera lens right there. You'll see.
Yeah,
It's an idea I had.
That lens cost more than a lot of gear that I own.
Oh.
It's kind of one of those.
Great.
Need all the help I can get everywhere. It's not just the high end guitars and amps. Like I need all the help I can get with.
We gotta look good. We gotta sound good. We gotta do all that.
Like I just gotta pay for everything. If I'm gonna achieve success, that's how it works. That's
you
the
buy
industry.
success.
Gotta spend
money. Don't practice
to make money.
Don't learn your craft. Just spend a lot of money.
That's the way we do it. So it's kind of just.
We're in the life tips portion.
We are.
Yeah. We're starting a coaching podcast.
Our next guests will be the Frank brothers.
That's right. I do believe, I don't want to promise anything, but I do believe I'll also be unveiling a Frank brothers at that time. I will
reveal a new model.
No. Just
like your own.
Personal.
Oh, you can just show it off.
We can bring it here.
We can bring it here to go. Yeah, Emily.
That's it.
Emily does it though. Does it, Emily?
Does what?
Kids.
Oh, yeah. Spending a lot of money on gear. It's worked for us.
Well, that is a little inside joke between myself and Emily.
Great.
So we're just gonna leave it like that. And so yeah, come on back for the Frank brothers. At the end of the month, and we will hopefully have a little bit more time with sound checking with them. The reason that we had some technical difficulties is Chris initially started the interview in his car, so that was different. And then Kai showed up about 30 seconds before we hit go.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So
I guess if you factor in my pee time.
Yeah. Should we do the thing one more time? Let's do it one more time. And this is how we're gonna leave.
Roll it.
See you guys.
Goodbye.